Here is my attempt to make the world's most difficult Mary Had a Little Lamb with harmonics. Hello everyone, welcome back. In today's video, I won't be sight reading because I don't have a lot of time today. I have been very busy at work because we're preparing for a concert next week and I don't have time to record at all. But I have around 15 minutes today and I thought I would share what I have learned about harmonics over the years. So in this video, I'll be discussing everything I know about harmonics on the violin. I'll try to break up the harmonics into a few different levels in terms of difficulty of execution. Before we start, what are harmonics? Harmonics are basically these whistly sound that we make on the violin that makes it sound like whistles. They come out when we float our fingers on the string instead of pressing it down all the way. I don't know if you can see. Instead of pressing it down all the way, we only touch that spot and that harmonic comes out. I'm not entirely sure why these harmonics come out the way it is. I think something to do with the natural resonant frequency of the string or something like that. But a friend of mine told me that it has to do with the string length. If you count from the bridge and the nut as the total string length and then you put your finger around where the midpoint is exactly where the harmonic you'll find here. And then from that harmonic, you cut it in half again, which is around here, is another harmonic. So here is level 1 difficulty harmonics involving open strings. The very first one we all learned probably is the one on third position where we stretch up our finger and our fingers fan out right after this point, and it exists on every string. And then the next one is on first position using our third finger. And then our pinky on first position. And then the next one, I still consider it easy to do, but it's just not a lot of people know about it. It's the third finger on third position. Is also a harmonic involving open string. It's hard to explain this one because the note under the finger is a C sharp on E string, but the note that comes out is a G sharp. It's a G sharp. On A string, under the finger is F sharp, but harmonic comes out C sharp. On D string, under the finger is a B, but it comes out F sharp. And on G string, under the finger is an E, but the harmonic comes out B. Now that was level 1 difficulty harmonics because it's easy to do involving open string. Now I'm gonna move on to level 2 harmonics involving fingers. Now I'm gonna move on to level 2 difficulty harmonics involving our first finger. Now these harmonics are pretty easy to do once you understand how it works. The very common one that we learn is a fourth apart, meaning 4 notes in between them. So this, if you press down your index finger and you only touch your pinky, and those two fingers are 4 notes apart, you'll get another harmonic. But the principle behind it is the same as playing a harmonic with open string on third finger first position. If you really think about it, the third finger harmonic is exactly 4 notes away from open string. So when we do this with our third finger, basically we are playing the same interval as this. But in this case, our index finger becomes the open string. We're replacing the open string. We're stopping the string with our first finger, and this becomes our open string. So, and once you understand that, you can transfer that to any position, and this interval harmonic works. This is 4 notes apart. Let's call it fourth harmonics. Now the next one is still considered level 2 harmonics, at least for myself, because it works on the same principle as the 4 notes apart harmonic. Now, if you remember just now, I did harmonics on first position using pinky. Now, pinky on first position is exactly 5 notes away from open string. Let's count. E is 1, F is 2, G is 3, A is 4, B is 5. 5 notes apart. And if you float your finger on the 5th note, you get that harmonic. Now you can replicate it the same principle as a 4th, but you expand your hand and you play a 5th. And you get another harmonic. The difference between a 4th and a 5th harmonic is that the note that comes out from a 4th is 2 octaves higher than the bottom note. If this is F sharp, then this is the harmonic note, and it's the same as, and that is 2 octaves from F sharp here. And instead of shifting all the way up here, you can just play it here. Now the note that comes out from 5th harmonic is exactly the note from under where your pinky is, but 1 octave higher. So this is first finger, 5 notes apart, and then you only touch the upper 5th, and the note that comes out is 1 octave higher than the harmonic note that you touch. And you can do it on any string, any position. Now I'm going to move on to level 3 difficulty. It's the same principle as the previous two. The first one was 4 notes apart. The second one was 5 notes apart. If we apply the same principle as the 4th and the 5th, then in theory, a 3rd should be a harmonic too. And for a major 3rd, it has to be major 3rd. For minor 3rd, I think it does not work. I don't know, it does not sound right to me. So I think for minor 3rd, it does not work. It only works for major 3rd. So major 3rd from B is a D sharp. The note that comes out from a major 3rd harmonic is actually the upper note 2 octaves higher up here. That's what comes out. And just like a 4th and a 5th, a major 3rd harmonic can be done on any string, any position. I think I subconsciously learned this when I played double stop harmonic. On A string, I'm playing a 4th harmonic. 1, 2, 3, 4. And on the D string, I'm playing a 3rd, a major 3rd, which I get a B natural and a G sharp, and it becomes a double stop. Which leads into level 4 difficulty harmonics, playing harmonic double stops. In this one, I'm playing a 4th. Both strings are a 4th. So I get a G sharp and an E. So this is the 4th level where you combine all the harmonics that you have learned before and form double stops, which is very, very difficult if you're not used to practicing harmonics. To produce harmonics in an easier way, you need to watch where your bow goes. Your bow has to be completely parallel to the bridge. If you do slightly off, it does not sound good, or even this way. That does not sound good either. That was fourth. This was fifth. A major third harmonic, I'd have to practice it much more. A major third harmonics is very hard to do, at least for myself. I always end up doing a fourth instead. This is a major third. They're very rare, but they're not as rare as Roman Kim Harmonicws, which leads us to level 5 harmonics, the one that not a lot of violinists know. I only found out about these harmonics when I started learning his Beethoven 5th transcription. I spent countless hours experimenting and finding what makes the harmonic work. Basically, his harmonic is where the finger, you only use one finger at a time, and the note that comes out is one octave higher. And what's special about this harmonic is, doesn't matter how many fingers you put on the string, if you do it properly, the note that you want will still come out. Like right now, I'm touching it with 2 other fingers, but the harmonic still came out. Now, the biggest trick I found is not your left hand. Your left hand is not the hardest part. The hardest part is actually your right hand, putting the bow at the correct spot all the time. So, it's basically very close to the fingerboard, but a little bit further away. You need to find that sweet spot by experimenting. It took me about a few weeks to find that spot to do reliably. This is one place, another is in this passage, he combined all sorts of different harmonics to make it work, which is one of the coolest arrangements I've ever played. These are Roman Kim Harmonics. This is a combination of Roman Kim and open string. This is a quarter and a solid note. Roman Kim Harmonics. This is an open string harmonic with a fifth and a fourth harmonic. Roman Kim Harmonics with double stops. So once you have mastered harmonics, you can actually play a lot of crazy things and cool things. You can come up with these arrangements yourself. So it's not the most important skill in violin, but it's really fun to do. So here's my attempt to make the world's most difficult Mary Had a Little Lamb with harmonics. Well, I hope that was helpful. 5 different levels of difficulties to do harmonics on the violin. I hope that was helpful, and I wish you luck practicing these cool tricks. See you next time. Bye.